Unfortunately, film and sound media was not made to last in its early years. Created on perishable plastics or highly flammable nitrate stock, film and tape decays within years if not properly stored. Already the losses have been high. For instance, the Library of Congress of 2013 states that only 14% of the feature films produced in the USA from 1912 to 1929 survived in their original release 35mm format. And with this century's transition to emerging digital media platforms, there is now a race against time to digitize and preserve legacy media from being lost to history and avoiding the same mistakes committed a century ago. To Australia's screen sector, the National Film and Sound Archive exists to store and restore a nation's audiovisual efforts by cementing them in our history and spotlighting outstanding careers, whilst also granting the public easy access to historical material for their own value. Despite these efforts, the recordings, broadcasts, and TV programs held in the NFSA's archives represent only a fraction of what was actually produced, as much has already been lost to time. The National Archives have been pushing hard for additional finances as its funds have become strained. It called its digitisation initiative Deadline 2025 to reinforce how time-critical it was to preserve the ever-fading legacy media documenting our history. Australia's most valued recordings are to be saved from decay thanks to the government's $5.5 million allocation to the National Film and Sound Archive in Canberra. Time is of the essence for the NFSA, as there is consensus among archives internationally that we will not be able to support large-scale digitisation of analogue media in the very near future. As bleak as this future seems, the Deadline 2025 initiative will create bountiful employment opportunities for Australians in the media industry. Digitisation of this scale is a huge undertaking, and overseeing digital information is a critical part of the media's future. The large-scale projects at hand will also promote and develop specialised technical skills and help maintain expertise within Australia's screen culture sector and audiovisual industries. According to the Deadline 2025 Collections at Risk Report of 2017, benefits of this proliferation of archival content extends to our national identity by fostering a discourse between generations, inspiring creative and broadcast industries by granting documentary filmmakers and news media outlets additional cultural and historical perspectives for their own informal content, and nurturing historical and visual literacy amongst the public. Decades of funding has empowered the National Archives to discover and curate collections that express the Australian identity through the richest form possible, all from a variety of individual viewpoints that characterise our nation's story. However, our cultural memory is fragile and we are on the brink of losing so much of it. Swift action must be taken to invest in digitisation infrastructure to avert this second mass extinction, where thousands upon thousands of hours of our audiovisual history are rendered useless in the matter of a decade from now. If film and media are the lens through which we view the world and ourselves, it is vital that we preserve the moments captured in time that reflect who we are collectively to better understand the attitudes and beliefs that have shaped where we are heading.